Happy Canada Day 2013! Canada's great in many ways, no denying it, but there are already thousands of videos on that. Here's one focusing on things we need to improve on, because, let's face it, we aren't heading in the right direction lately. 1. We have an illegitimate government who came into power via vote tampering, voter misdirection, and criminal fraud. They rule without concern for Canadians and take the stance it isn't up for debate, even when the majority demands something. Tyranny is not acceptable. Also, we still bow to the Queen. Not a good thing. 2. Mismanagement of some of the richest natural resources on the planet. We are horrible stewards of the rich bounty we live on, ripping it apart and selling it to the USA and overseas for a fraction of the value, claiming it is Canada's path to economic sustainability. 3. Canadians were known for decades as honest peacekeepers, and travelers from other places would often sew Canadian flags onto their belongings so they'd be welcomed anywhere. Not so anymore. Canada has become a nation of war, terror, and aggression, especially overseas. We led the charge in Afghanistan, Libya, and more. 4. Canada enables many of the abuses the USA is heaping on the planet by supplying resources cheaply and encouraging the decline of freedoms here at home. Free speech has all but been shut down, a police state has been purchased and trained. Remember the 2010 G20 in Toronto? We have almost no right to own any weapons, and we are blindly pushing the failed war on drugs despite it making Canada and the world less safe and less free. 5. Canada, by killing the penny and finally completing a century-long debasement of our currency to be nothing more than worthless steel discs with a face value stamped on them, has led the way toward the cashless society the elites have been working on for generations. Now, our Royal Canadian Mint has come up with the Mint chip, a fully tracked, valueless, cashless microchip to replace our currency completely within years. For shame. And 6, most Canadians are great people, and it's the powers that be who are really behind most of the above. But we aren't blameless. We were once seen as intensely modest people, but these days, I think we fail to acknowledge just how far we've fallen as a nation. Canada, let's admit we have a problem and quickly do something about it. We could once again be the true North, strong and free.